For statement, I would give the floor Indonesia. Should we wait for your PR?
Yes, please, Mr. President.
Yes.
No, already.
Thank
Yes,
you.
I'm here.
Oh, you are here? Go ahead.
Yeah,
I give the floor.
I'm here.
You have the floor.
Sorry, there was some glitch in my system. Thank you very much, Mr. President. At the outset, I also would like to thank the presidency for convening this important briefing today. And of course, like others, to welcome the presence of the Minister of Foreign Affairs from the Dominican Republic, His Excellency Miguel Vargas, in this meeting through VTC, definitely. And I also would like to thank the briefer, the DG for Food and Agriculture Organization, Mr. Hu Dongyu, of course, our old friend, Mr. David Beasley from the UN World Food Program, and of course, Mr. Jan Egeland. We have missed you for quite some time in this setting of the UN. Welcome back. I think all the speakers has alluded to the important point of the global food need and has been clearly pointed out, and that's why we're having this discussion here. For us, Indonesia, we have always been in the forefront in the issue of food security and have also in our humble way assisted countries in providing assistance in this regard. And for us also, it has been very important points with regard to the protection of civilians, which will always remain Indonesia's top priority. Last year, under our Indonesia's presidency in the Council, we are proud to commemorate the 20th anniversary of protection of civilians. It will continue to be Indonesia's priority, and in this topic, we certainly appreciate it. Now, I said it before, and I will say it once again. We are all here to save lives. Protecting civilians, including from conflict-induced hunger, should always be the core aim of the Security Council. We have Resolution 2417 of 2018. Now, I think it is becoming more and more pertinent for us all to implement fully the said resolution, particularly in this time of conflict pandemic. Now, Mr. President, allow me to focus on three other important points. Firstly, hunger should never be used as a method of warfare. Parties to a conflict should respect international law, including international humanitarian law and Security Council's resolution. Nevertheless, actors who are active in most conflicts today continue to violate this. Attacks against humanitarian workers, medical mission, and civilian assets continue to persist as deliberate disruption of humanitarian access. The Council should explore innovative ways to secure their respect for global norms against harming of civilians. We continue to support the work of the Secretary General to pursue avenues in preventing and ending armed conflict. And once again, we also, in line with his call for the global ceasefire. Now, to that end, it is important now more than ever for us to adhere, as I mentioned before, for a global ceasefire and provide access for humanitarian assistance during the COVID-19 pandemic. Violence is never the solution. We should continue to promote dialogue, political negotiation, and other peaceful means. At the same time, we need to continue enhancing cooperation between humanitarian, development, and peace-building efforts. We also align ourselves with many that have called for unimpeded humanitarian access to provide relief and assistance, including food access to the needy, since right to food is a basic human right. Second, international cooperation is vital in protecting civilians. Indeed, the primary responsibility of protecting civilians falls into each country. Yet, we often found there is a gap between such responsibility and their capacity to do so. International support, including through technical and financial assistance, are truly vital to enable capacity building. The promotion of a culture of peace with right-based approach and requisite laws are equally important. Lessons learned and best practices should be shared. It is also important to open borders, ensure global supply chain, and no disruption of trade. We, as the Council, must be able to facilitate measures to strengthen countries' capacity to protect civilians, as well as sustain peace, and of course, to ensure continuity of economic activities and availability of food. Third, the imperative to protect civilians must be embedded throughout the peace continuum, from conflict prevention and peacekeeping to peace building and sustainable development. It is clear for peace to flourish, sustainable development is required. It is a synergy. The 2030 Agenda and the UN peace-building architecture are the tools disposable to us in achieving this. And now let us utilize this tool. We concur with the statement of the Dominican Republic ministers on the imperative to combine efforts to strengthen the pillars of peace, security, development, environment, and humanitarian assistance of the United Nations. Mr. President, we will continue to support the central role of the UN on this matter and endure in our determination enshrined in the Charter to save succeeding generations from the scourge of war. This is our collective efforts. Everyone should be engaged in that noble cause. No civilian should be left behind or left unprotected. No civilian should be left hungry. I thank you, Mr. President.
I thank the representative of Indonesia for his statement.